Hello and welcome to the Cardboard Bunker. My name is Pieburn and today we are back in the Space Engineers, back in the Janus, doing a little bit more work today on the rear armour, hence the angle of the introduction here. So the whole point of today is to start building the shape of this observation tower as well as bring it down towards the back here and then start filling in the armour. So I've got a lot of stuff to do. So I think a lot of this will be montage unfortunately today, mainly because there's just a lot of blocks to place. So we'll start with filling in the rear armour as I get my keys wrong. What we need to do here is just keep the pattern going with the blast doors. Now I've got a connector here just in case we want to put some more turrets in, but more than likely I think I'll, not more than likely, I definitely will get rid of these. We'll paint that pink. You can also see I've started placing in some more armour blocks underneath to help reinforce the roof here. Go back to the normal colour. I'll just keep placing these blocks in here. Now we've got all the blast door blocks in the right spot, and we need to put in the heavy armour over the top. This is literally just going to be heavy armour everywhere. Right, so now we've got where the armour line will be. I will actually go through this later on and fill in all of these little gaps here, and then I'll do that all off camera though, you don't need to see any of that. So what we need to do up here is we need to go through and start bringing this line back. I'll just bring these back again, following the same principle as before. We just want to sort of bring the line back so that we've got the shape we want. We want to continue down the back, and where all the bumps are, such as this one here, we can put all those in. I'm not going to put in the rest of this filler just yet. I'll wait until I'm pretty sure that put those in later on when as the frame for the windows. And as you can see, it's starting to curve in through here. So we're still going to make all of this look pretty, but it's starting to curve in through here. So I'll need to figure out how to bring that curve back. But essentially I've got the three main levels of the rear here. And I'm going to use, where is it? That one. The wedge tip, as it is sometimes called in other games. It's a pretty good apt name for it. Okay, so we're getting close to the same level here. So because we've got the bar system off, we can just quickly bring out a line. Yes, they're heavy armour. More than likely I'll probably keep this as well. And then we'll put that one back in. wedge tips. That brings us up to this main line here. So we could probably go up one more before we have to start thinking about flattening it out. I've got, how much have we got here? We've only really got one block in, and then we start sloping. Start sloping back up again. Let's just check out to see if we like the lines. I think that works. So we'll get out the pointing welder. That's right. I died and so changed everything again. So pointing welder. So when we look at it from as the profile from the front, we can see that it comes up, flattens out, comes back up again, flattens out. Then before it hits the peak, the ridge up there. So we want to keep the same deal here, but we want to make sure that this all sort of molds back in. Now, if we had more options, say like a 3x1 slope, we could bring this out a lot further and a lot slicker, make it look a little bit flatter. But I think that's the best we're going to get here along this line, and I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm actually quite happy. So a lot of blocks to place now. I'll take you through some of the other things that I've done. I've done these before, and I'm pretty sure I haven't mentioned them before, but turn the light on. I've started working on air tightening the internals here. So we've got the stairs going down from the observation deck into the refinery area here, and then we've got an area coming back here. So here's where I'm asking for suggestions. More than likely we're going to put some stairs down as well and fix up some of these columns and everything to make sure everything is as open as it needs to be, or has the right framework in place to be able to do its job. We're probably going to build, this is the edge of the armour here, and through this whole area here will be engines and such. So we've got a bit of a gap here. More than likely this will be filled in with armour up the side, just so long as it reaches that spot there, up to that spot there I should say, as the sun gets brighter in my face. Just up to this spot, this armour here, because this is the upper protective layer, so the internal skin of the ship. Then you've got our main defence up here with the piping underneath. It's a little different to how we have it out the side here, but that's the point. So I'll also go through and show you how we're going to do this armour here too. So we've started down under here. We need to put in this armour here by the looks of it. Although this is starting to slope in some up. I think I need to cover that. And bring in yeah, that's the one I want, it's the triangle. Let's do this the proper way. We'll paint this one pink to remove it. We'll have to do that on the same side. 1, 2, 3 on the other side I should say, not the same side, the other side. Still trying to decide if I want to keep this flat or not. A lot of building up of armour and shape design is experimentation. trying to figure out if you like a certain shape or not. See if it works for you. I'll put the blast door blocks in this direction here. Go back to the heavy armour to give it the framework. And then I think we'll start building this back up to the original shape that I had for the profile. Just making sure that I've got everything in the same direction, same place. We don't want to have uneven parts in here, not for aesthetic reasons, but it does help make sure that the ship looks fairly good, because you don't want to see this really nice sleek line and then suddenly this weird bulge that you've had to create on one side just because you squeezed it out, and it doesn't look like it's part of the design. Alrighty, so now we've got this nice big slope here. We need to start filling it in with the layered armour like we've done before. Okay, so now I need to check up on where the three start. The three gap, 1, 2, 3, and then here. So I'm just going to place these blocks to show us where the arm starts. I'll probably end up getting rid of those specific ones. Just put this one extra one here because it's going to come out one more spot. Okay, we'll use this ship to show you what I'm doing. So basically we have these ridges. These ridges here are to help hold up the outer layer of heavy armour, and between those ridges there will be the blaster blocks. Alrighty, so you can see that there already. We've got a large amount of armour built up. It should pretty much give us the same shape across the whole profile. And what I'll then do is use this spot here to give us the reinforced cage, and then this here will be the actual armour layer from the back of the ship. So we'll probably end up using that slope there as part of it, or bring the slope out further. Haven't quite decided just yet. I'll bring this whole line here straight up to this part here. I probably did that a little too early, thinking about it now. But you know, when you're building and designing a ship, everything's got to be malleable. You don't want to be stuck in a situation where you've built yourself into a corner, and that's one of the hardest things to do. Is you build yourself into a corner, you think you've got the shape right, and if you're building in survival and not creative, it's a lot harder to see the shape you're building, because you don't have any of those cool things like pasting in an entire line of blocks or symmetry tools and that sort of stuff. Okay, so that gives you the idea of how thick this armour will be. Just there, that's why I left this little cutout ready to go. So you can see that that will give us a nice little line, but also a lot of protection. So any armaments coming in, any missiles or anything else like that coming in on this side will have a lot to go through before they start getting into the important interior stuff. And I'm not talking about the engines. These ion thrusters and everything are there to help give us a boost and help give us a little bit more of a push, but also to hide everything. It's this sort of stuff that we need to protect. So hydrogen tanks, the refineries, the Cookie Monster itself, I don't know. Actually, one thing from Super Chicken, he asked if we were going to put some sort of door on this. I wasn't going to, but now I'm looking at how vulnerable underneath will actually be once everything's built in. I'm thinking we might need to, so that's probably a really good idea. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I'm probably going to wait until after I've actually built the Mini Janus, which will be replacing the Cookie Monster. More of an exploration interplanetary ship, so to land on a planet or a moon. But yeah, that's a really good idea, and I think I'll figure out how I'm going to do that and do that. But that's definitely a much later down the line situation. It's not a for now situation. But yeah, there's been a fair bit put in already, and the bar system has been doing its work wonderfully. As you can see, there's still a lot to place. I haven't had a lot of chance to play, as I said before. I've been a bit unwell, but hopefully that's all gone now, and I can start getting right back into this project and get some more episodes out to you. Maybe a little bit longer than this one even. Maybe a little bit more speaking. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm probably live on Twitch right now. And you can also join the Discord for updates in the link below. And if you like the content, please leave a like, share the video, it helps get the word out there. Subscribe to be notified of when the videos come out. Lastly, this is the most important, have fun, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.